Alright, here we go again. We have another patch day, patch notes, hotfix 109, and this one's pretty crazy. They changed a lot of good things, and the good patches keep coming. So we'll just go through it. It's a bunch of bug fixes. There's nothing too crazy. Read through here. The only two that really matter are they fixed it so when you have your inventory open, when you press tab, you could like punch or like attack or still do things. So they fixed that bug. What would let you do that? And they also fixed the bug where if you're moving and you press tab to look through your inventory, your movement would stop. And I would do this all the time, and it was really, really annoying. So I'm glad they fixed those two. So those are the two kind of big changes. Everything else kind of minor. Nothing crazy. So for the game updates, the escape portals that appear on top of the circular stone pedestal will now automatically close. So these are like the blue portals that kind of spawn in the dungeon. If you open them up, you can't just leave them forever. They'll re-close again, which is good because people would open them and then kind of just camp it and run out. And that's kind of the theme of it. So the main thing is they have to open red doors now to go down. So similar to in ruins, they had the blue extracts, or even in crypts where you had to open it. Thinking of that one poison room at the bridge. There's a blue portal where you can open. So it's similar to that. You have to take it's a good amount of time. It's like a good like 10 seconds or something. You have to stand still interacting with it to open it. So this is really good for like the bridge room in ruins where people would just fight and then jump down the red, and rangers who would camp it. You know, everyone would kind of just play towards the red, and there was no risk, and they just jump down. But now you have to actually interact with it, similar to the blue, before you go down. It seems like a pretty good change. I'll be interested to see. Like, it might be annoying to kind of get down now because all the juicers are just going to be chasing you. So we'll see if that really affects it or not. They upgraded the difficulty of the fire colossus. This is good because last patch they changed it, made it super difficult. So I think phase 3 with the fire explosions were too strong and people were having a hard time, and it was a bit overtuned. And then the other big one, increased the duration that the Goblin Merchant will hold onto recovered items from the Goblin Recovery feature to make it more convenient for players. So that's really good. I think it's like, I don't know, like 48 hours or something maybe. It's like a couple days now instead of it being like 20 minutes I would hold on to it. So that's really, really good. It was always annoying. You'd kind of forget about it and then you'd come back and it'd be gone. So balance updates. The spawn timing of spider mummies has been adjusted, so hopefully it's reduced. Worst mob in the game. Super, super annoying. Summoned creatures now only gain collision starting from a specific point after being summoned. So Treant, Sorcerer Golem, and Hydra to a lesser extent. Super annoying. People would use it to block you, and you still can do that, which is good. But now it's a little harder. You can't just spawn it and it instantly blocks you. How the tree kind of rises out of the ground, that whole time it's taking to kind of spawn and rise out of the ground, you can kind of walk through it. But then when it stands up, then it's actually in your way. So that makes a lot more sense. That's way better. And here's the best change. Improve the drop rate for weapons or armor from the treasure hoard located in dual boss rooms and special key rooms. Also added a small chance to obtain an artifact from those specific treasure hoards in the High Roller dungeon. So this is amazing. Now you can finally get artifacts from treasure hoards that are the special key rooms. Mystic gems, old rusty key, golden key, skull key, um, rooms like that, or the dual boss rooms, which would be the first level of ruins with the Banshee and the Spectral Knight, or in Goblin Caves with the Cyclops and Troll, which is a big one. I think Goblin Caves is going to be popping now. People love Goblin Caves, but it was always kind of lame. They could never really get an artifact. And now you can. And now the people are probably going to really fight for those special key rooms because now there's a chance for an artifact, and the pile overall has better quality for weapons and armor specifically. So that's really exciting. It was kind of annoying. You know, you farm Ghost King, you farm the bosses forever, and you never get an artifact, and you'd to get a skull key, and it would never drop. And now you're hitting the pile. There's more chances for it because you're doing multiple hits, and just an extra little chance because artifacts are always rare, super hard to get. and it just made it lame because no one wanted to farm them. So now it's a lot better. So this is my favorite change for sure. They remove one of the modules in Arena. That's one of the annoying ones that no one likes, so that's good. They keep kind of removing the crappy ones that are unbalanced and lame, so that's really good. A couple other minor things. So class changes, Druid, um, chicken attack range has been improved. Primary attack damage slightly increased, which is fine. No one used it. The size of the bear has been slightly reduced, so we'll kind of see what that looks like. If that's a buff or a nerf, it's kind of could be good because it was kind of too big, and it would block you. It was annoying to transform. Yeah, very annoying. 10% projectile damage reduction has been added to bear form. I think that's cool. It's like very thematic kind of, you know, they should kind of tank more. And it's kind of good because rangers could just kind of kite you forever and just shoot you. Rogues with the crossbow, and you couldn't really do anything because you're just slow. So the attack speed of the bear's primary attack has been increased. It doesn't say how much, so that's interesting. But the attack damage was reduced from 29-27, and secondary attack damage from 4-3 to 4-1. So I think that's fine because it still does a lot of damage. Bear is always really strong. It just attacks so damn slow, and you need to stack a lot of agility along with strength, and there's kind of a lot. And Penguin, some changes. Penguin primary attack damage increased from 15 to 17. Penguin water cannon now consumes oxygen while underwater, so that's really cool. So you can't just spam the water cannon. Now it's consuming your oxygen, so you kind of have to be a little smarter about it. It's more counterplay. The water cannon cast time reduced from 1.25 to 1 second, so a little buff there, and cast range increased from 600 to 7, and then wet duration reduced from 3 to 1. So I think that's probably good. Definitely annoying how they could just spam the water projectile at you. Now they kind of have to think about it a bit more. Panther primary attack damage increased from 21 to 23, and secondary attack damage increased from 23 to 25. So slight buffs. That's probably good. Like Druid was kind of weak. No one really liked them. No one really played them because the instant transform was gone. So it's kind of clunky having to do the transform, which is fine. Like it's still in, but the damage from the bear and panther are a little bit better now with the attack speed of the bear and the damage buff to panther. We'll see how good they are. I don't think it'll be OP still, just because you can't really do the panther chicken jump. Jumping through doors is a lot harder now. You can't instant transform to rat and run away, so it's a little harder to kind of do that ratty style and kind of run away and reset a million times. You can definitely still do it, but it's a lot harder. And overall, they're kind of weaker. So there's probably good changes, probably needed. I think Druid is probably the weakest class this wipe so far, other than like the Healing Druid. Healing Druid is pretty busted, but the Animal Druid was kind of weak, which I know some people like because people don't like Druids, but you gotta buff them a little bit. So regular interaction speed, magical interaction speed can now be obtained via gem sockets. That's nice. A defensive guard area has been re-added to the hilt of the longsword. So this is a huge change. So now you can parry off the hilt of the longsword where your hands kind of are. Whereas before it didn't have a parry hitbox there and you just get hit. But it was weird because the cutlass, the rapier, and the other items had that hilt parry angle. It was literally just a longsword. So the other, parry items and weapons were actually way better than the longsword just because their hitbox was better. So you could hit the parry a lot easier, and now longsword is kind of getting changed, which is good. Because yeah, the not hitting the hilt was kind of lame. So a little bit easier to parry now. That's good. Magical damage of Requiem of the Fairy has been reduced by 1. So magic damage bonus has been changed from 2.5 to 5. That seems good. Maybe it balances out. I'm not too sure on that. Let me know if you know. I'm not the biggest caster player, so I'm not really too sure, but we'll see. This one's sad. The rarity of the Void Blade has been changed to Legendary. This makes sense. I get it. Void Blade's super good, and the reason they changed is because of Arena. Arena's purple limit. This doesn't affect High Roller. You're still going to bring it in. That doesn't matter at all. It was never a blue, so it wasn't normal. It was literally just for Arena. I just can't use it. I thought it was too good. And the Void Blade's cool as hell, so it should be a Legendary. I wonder if they're going to change like Demon's Glee or something to Legendary in the future, because they can still have that in Arena, and it's kind of like a similar idea with the fighter with Demon's Glee. Ball is kind of its own thing. So we'll see. It's a little sad because I was going to run it, but that's probably a good change too because it was pretty strong. And the Spectral Blade headshot damage bonus reduced from 10% to 5. That's fine. This is still a really good weapon, and I think this one's still purple, so you can probably bring it in arena. I think it's a little bit worse than Void Blade, but still really good and kind of another option. Ruby Silver Crafted Armor, physical damage reduction increased from 0.7 to 1.0. So it's a buff. I think that's good, making the Ruby Silver crafts a little bit better and crafted items better in general. Magic damage reduction on gold crafted gloves, pants, and boots increased from 1.5 to 2. I think that's good. They need to buff this. No one's crafting anything. The items in the dungeon are just too good. So you want to give them an option to do it. So here's another big change. Gold crafted hats, chest armor, and cloaks have been upgraded to legendary rarity. Gained 1 additional random modifier, so now they're just like a normal random, a legendary. And now grant +1 all attributes. And have had their crafting materials significantly increased. It's a lot more expensive, but now these are super good. So it says now grants +1 all attributes. So I think they always have that on it. It's a static roll. It's not like something they can roll on it. I think it's a static roll plus all the normal legendary rolls. Just like how Ruby Silver has the physical damage reduction as a static roll, I think the +1 all is a static roll plus the additional, which is obviously super good. It's only for hats, chest, and cloaks. So we'll see how this plays out. I know people hate +1 all, but it's only for a couple pieces. Gives you more incentive to run it. It's expensive, and it's not gonna probably be the make or break. Like, it's obviously nice, but it probably won't be the make or break for most fights. It would be extra boost, but it won't be too bad overall, I think. So we'll see. And Gold Aura now has a chance to appear in the mysterious rooms of crypts, expanding sources. So it's not just in the dual boss of Goblin Caves, which is huge. So I was kind of wondering what the mysterious rooms of crypts was. So we have kind of a post here talking about it. Let's comment here. So what modules mysterious rooms?
All right, what is going on, everybody?
So you click on this, and right here, this one. This is the one that's the mysterious rooms. So this is the one gold I think can spawn in. So shout out to So Bad Strange for kind of posting this on Reddit. Yeah. So I like this comment there. That was good. Just to give us an idea because no one really knows. Yeah, like you said, it's a random spawn, maybe 125. I don't know. I haven't seen it that many times, so it's pretty rare. But it's just an extra kind of little thing, which is very nice. So shout out to him for that, so we could kind of figure it out. So now I'm gonna be going there all the time to try and get the gold. 'Cause it's gonna be super valuable with all these changes. Northern full tunic, northern half tunic have been changed to leather. So I guess like Slayer fighters can wear it, maybe like Rangers, like a rogue maybe. I don't know. Like plate locks can't really wear it anymore, but I never thought it was that good for them. So a slight change. And then the developer comments, hi adventurers, this update focuses on streamlining the player experience. We've added more quality of life features related to the quest system, along with making several quests more accessible. We've also improved the goblin recovery system, so he'll hold onto recovered items for a slightly longer time. It says slightly longer, but I think it's like an extra day or something instead of 20 minutes. That's a long time. Which should reduce the missed chance of lost items. Huge. In addition to the quality of life features, we've also upped the tension in the dungeons. Adventurers will now need to open the portal red stairs down level, so the gates to go down. And the gates will automatically close after a short time. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You can't just open it and then camp it and leave it. So they're really trying to get rid of the open it, camp it, and leave it. You have to open it at the time. So it might lead to people kind of camping reds. I don't know. I think people are kind of already doing that. It might be more so. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a good change, but it could be bad. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm glad they finally changed it. It's something everyone wanted them to try at least for a year, I think. We've also updated the static pedestal portal so they will automatically close after a short duration if they're not used and must be reactivated for an escape. So it won't get rid of it, it'll just close it again, so you have to open it again. So again, you can't just open it, run around, do whatever, camp it, and then as soon as you're losing the fight, you just dip, which was super lame. But we all did it. I did it. It made sense to do it, but it wasn't fun when you you had no win condition fighting against that. Either you win the fight and they leave, or you lose the fight and they kill you, and you don't have that escape. They have the escape, so they can kind of play differently. So to counter the increased risk, we've made some improvements to the rewards from the dungeon. The secret key rooms and dual boss rooms now give improved loot from the treasure hoards, including the chance to obtain artifacts in the high roller modes. We've improved the utility of unique grade gems as they are required for the highest end craft items, and also have plans for them in upcoming workshop feature, which will be rolled out within the next update, so next Thursday most likely. We hope you enjoy these changes and look forward to seeing you in the dungeon. So what I've heard is you use unique grade gems to craft the gold gear, so it's going to be the high end gear. So we'll see how that works. But yeah, huge changes. And this is side note, this is the first time I've seen more hearts than the clown emojis on all these posts. And for the hotfix overall, it's more hearts than the clown emojis. Usually it's way, way, way the other way. Way more clown emojis. But people are really liking it. I think Paul's the new guy. Yeah, right here, Paul's the new guy who's kind of doing it. W Paul, man, like put W for Paul. It's huge. He's been on one lately. All these changes have been really, really good. You might not agree with everything, but at least 90% of the changes are good. I think we can all collectively agree. And maybe there's like one in there that you're like, I'm not sure if that's going to be good or not. At least we're testing it and see. But all these are good. This one's really good. Spider Mummies Adjust. That's so good. So yeah, here's the patch review, and let me know your thoughts below. Peace.